Phishing targeting to some organization or some specific individual is called as spear phishing. What is pretexting? Creating the fabricated scenario or pretext to obtain the information from the individual. Verification: always verify the identity of individual or the organization requesting for sensitive information. Hello everyone, welcome to one more session on the cybersecurity. In this session, we will continue the discussion on Unit 2. Myself, Indu J, the Faculty of Computer Science Department, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. Let's continue with social engineering attacks. Before going with the life cycle, how the social engineering attacks work, let's see what is social engineering attack. Social engineering attack are the manipulative technique used by the cyber criminal to exploit human psychology and trick individual into relieve some sensitive information, performing the specific action or compromising their security. What is social engineering attack? To manipulate someone psychologically such that they can reveal the sensitive information or the specific action of the particular individual, such that by doing so they are compromising their own safety. That is a type of attack that is called as social engineering attack. What are the different types of social engineering attack? Or we can say the attacker use a different techniques or tactics to get someone's credentials, someone data. What are those different types of attacks or types of method he is using to get that particular information? So here we have some different types of attacks used by the social engineering attacker. One is phishing. Phishing, already we have discussed what is phishing. Holding some individual trust or making some individual to act according to them as pretending to be a very good friend. So that is called as phishing. Again, in the phishing, we have different types of phishing. That is spear phishing. What is spear phishing? It is a tailored message to specify the individual or the organization. Phishing targeting to some organization or some specific individual is called as spear phishing. Then we have whaling. What is whaling? Whaling deals with the high profile individuals. High profile individuals such as executives or the celebrity. Phishing targeting on high profile individual, that is called as whaling. And wishing. What do you mean by wishing? Voice phishing. Voice phishing is attacker impersonate a legitimate organization over the phone to obtain the sensitive information or money. For example, many scam calls will come, right? You have won something from KBC, Kaun Banega Crorepati. You have to give this much of entrance fees, then you will be taken to the KBC hot seat, like that. This type of phishing is called as voice phishing, or we call it as wishing. Apart from phishing, we have pretexting. It is also one type of social engineering attack. What is pretexting? Creating the fabricated scenario or pretext to obtain the information from the individual. You can take an example. We are from so and so bank. We'll create your account with service free. We don't charge any service fee for that, creating the account, something like that. We need all your credential like Aadhaar, your PAN number, everything we want. Just you need not to come to the bank also. Just you forward me your credential, will create and give. Such type of, that is pre-tailored or fabricated scenario. They create one fabricated scenario to get your credential. That is called as pretexting. Bathing. What is bathing? free software or media downloads to lure the victims into downloading the malware. So they'll say that this particular app is free, this is a free software we are providing, you can use this particular software, these all are application like that. So that is actually a malware, which is not a helpful software or helpful application, that have the malware part in that, so that using this malware the attacker can access your personal data. That is called as baiting. Then tailgating. What is tailgating? Taking advantage of employees' trust and access privileges. Taking advantage of some employees working in particular company, and with that you will become very good and very close friend of that employee, and with that particular, using that particular employee credential, you are fetching all the informative data of the company or the employee. Then this is quid pro quo, offering technical support. This type of attacks, what in this type of attacks happens, they offer the technical supports or free software installation in return for login credential. Someone will come and ask you, will do the software installation freely, will do all the whatever the technical faults you have, will check and give you like that by free, you need not to pay anything like that. That is called as quid pro quo. So when they are doing that, obviously we need to provide our credential, our device credential to him. So by doing such things, they are getting the credentials of the particular individual. That is called as quid pro quo. Then watering hole attack. What is meant by watering hole attack? Attacker compromises the website or online platform commonly visited by the target audience. He is not targeting to particular individual or the organization. He is targeting the website of that particular organization where the more traffic will go, or where, for which type of audiences or which type of user he wants to target. This type of attack is called water hole attacks. Apart from water hole attack, we have still more different types of social engineering attack. Okay, what is that the hacker is getting out of this social engineering attack? Social engineering attack often rely on exploiting the trust, fear, curiosity, or desired help from others. What makes this social engineering attack? Trusting someone blindly by exploiting the trusting and fear of losing someone or fear of losing anything, and curiosity out of let's see what happens, let's see what would be there, let's see what happens if we go like this. So that is curiosity, and the desires to help others. So if you want to help others, or you want to get help in like free things, so those desires will lead to social engineering attacks. What we have to do to avoid such attacks? The mitigating these attacks requires what? Awareness. The first and foremost things what we have to have, the awareness and the education of such type attacks. Training the individual to recognize and respond to the social engineering attempts is critical. You should understand which is a scam and which is not the scam. Simply they should not trust to any unnecessary or unwanted SMSs or unwanted messages. So that is creating the awareness and educating them according to the awareness. Then verification. Always verify the identity of individual or the organization requesting for sensitive information. Simply they ask share the OTP, so simply we cannot give. We should verify who is asking, why should I give the OTP or the password of this particular thing to him. Okay, so everything you have to verify before sharing any details. Then data protection. Limit the amount of personal or sensitive information available online in the public spectrum. Okay, you should not put all your individual or sensitive data which you feel it should not be shared by anything, should avoid putting in the social media or the internet or in the online platforms. So vigilance. Next, what we should have a vigilance. What is going on? Like be curious and spectacle of unsolicited communication, especially when they are requested sensitive information or the action. When we are communicating, we are randomly, we should not say whatever we feel. We should think before saying. In online platforms also, you should have a vigilance. You should have a eye. Who is he? Why is asking? Okay, can I trust this person? Why is asking my all sensitive information or all my credential, all my personal information, like that? You should have a vigilance before giving the any data. So these are some of the techniques that we should avoid the social engineering attack, using which. And then protection against the malwares and then the ransomwares. How we are providing the protection against the malwares and the ransomware that has been depicted to the systems or the end devices. The protecting against the malware and the ransomware attacks involves the following measures. One is security software. Each and every device has to have their security softwares, and keep on updating those security software. Once installed, done, we are secure? No. As the attacker will keep on improving his attack style or attack technique, always the security software should be updated on time. Email and web filters. Always use a email filter protection in email, and then the web filters, they'll be having one privacy control session. Use that privacy control session. User education. Whoever using the cyberspace, you should educate those peoples what to be done and what not to be done, how legally we can use the cyberspace. Data backup. Always keep one backup of your data with you. As your system got corrupted or system got hacked by someone, you can erase that data and you can use the backup data. Then access control. Always provide the access control to yourself. The access control should not be provided to any other unknown person. Cyber hygiene. Always maintain, always follow the cyber security rules or cyberspace rules to have a cyber hygiene, to have a good cyber communications. And incident response plan. Whenever whatever happens, you should have one response plan. If this happen, what I can do, what I should do, that is called as response plan. These are all some of the protection things what we can do on the end devices. Then zero day and zero click attacks. What do you mean by zero day and zero click attacks? Zero day and zero click attacks are the advanced and high dangerous cyber security threat. What is this? This is a cyber security threat exploiting the vulnerability that are not yet known or have not been patched by the software developer. Software developer does not know there is one such attack, there may be one such malware. So that is called as zero day or zero click attack. They don't have a time to have patch management. So what is zero day attack? What is the definition for the zero day attack? Zero day attack target the vulnerability in software or in the hardware. It target where? In the software and the hardware that are unknown to the vendors or the public. That is unknown to the vendor who is providing the software or the hardware, or to the client who is getting that software or the hardware. Meaning that there are 0 days of protection available. You don't have time to have that patch management or to create any software to avoid such attacks. That is called as 0 day attack. What it's going to exploit in the 0 day attack? Cyber criminal discovers these vulnerability. They develop the exploit code that can take advantage of them. They use these exploits to gain unauthorized access to the system. Why they are using this 0 day attacks? To gain unauthorized access to the system, install malware to the system, steal data, and conduct the other malicious activity. From your system, he is conducting an illegal activity. For doing all these things, they are go with a 0 day attack. What is the significance of zero-day attack? Zero-day vulnerability are highly valuable in the cyber criminal world because they can exploit before developer can change or create the patch management security updates to address this issue. Before creating any patch management or any security address, the zero-day attacker or criminal will be done by his work. What is his work? To get the credentials, and that will be used for some illegal activities. That is the significance of zero-day attack. What is the target? Who are the target of zero-day attack? Zero-day attacks can be targeted various softwares including the operating system, web browsers, email client, and even the mobile application. Where all this zero-day attack can happen? It can happen on operating system, web browser, emails, or even in the mobile application. This particular zero-day attack can happen. What is a mitigation? What is a avoidance technique we can have for this? To mitigate the zero-day threats, organizations should regularly update and patch their software. Always we should keep updating the security software and the patch management software, and employ advanced security measures. Like it should include some advanced security measures like intrusion detection systems and behavioral analysis too. What is intrusion detection system is what all the activity that is going on in that particular organization that will be detected. They'll keep a track of activities. If any activities will be suspicious, then they stop that activity there only. That is called as intrusion detecting of some suspicious activity intrusionally by looking at the activity base, what activity is going on. So that is called as intrusion detection. And behavioral analysis tool to detect the unusual and suspicious activities. These are the avoidance measure for zero-day attack. Now move on to the zero-click attack. What you meant by zero-click attack? A definition for the zero-click attack. Zero-click attacks are the subcategory of zero-day attack. Obviously, the attacks takes place without the victim clicking on the link. We are not clicking on any link, just it start downloading a file or performing any other action. That is called as zero click. The user is not clicking on any link, simply it is downloading. We are not clicking, so it is called as zero click attack. What all it going to exploit? Zero-click exploits often involves the delivery of the malware through the methods like malicious text messages, like SMS, emails, and other means that can activate the exploiting upon the receipt. So why it start downloading? It will start downloading some malicious or malware. Why? How it can be done? Using sending SMSs, emails, and other means, it will start downloading the malicious software to the system. Target. What is the target of zero-click attack? Attack can target the various devices and the application, including the smartphones, laptop, software with or without unknown vulnerability. It will, by knowingly it can happen, by background unknowingly it can happen. This is the target of zero-click. What is the significance of zero-click attacks? Zero-click attacks are particularly very dangerous because they can compromise a device or the system security without user interaction or awareness. You don't even know that your security has been hacked. Security is been under threat without their knowledge, making the challenging to define against. So you are not knowing. So if you know there is some problem, you can find the solution for that problem. Here in the zero-click attack, you don't know there is problem exist only. So you don't go for any patch management or security software. So that is the significance of zero-click attack. What is the mitigation? So avoidance technique. Mitigating the zero-click attacks requires a multi-layered security approach. The security approach should be multi-layer to avoid zero-click attack, including patch vulnerabilities as soon as they are discovered, implementing the mobile device management solution. We should do what? Mobile device management solution with the multi-layer security approaches and using secure messaging platforms with end-to-end encryption. Always use secure messaging platform, as because this zero click target is by SMSs and emails. So always use a secured end-to-end encrypt messaging apps. Cyber criminals mode of operandis. How these cyber criminals going to operate? That is called as mode of operandis. The cyber criminals employs the various tactics, techniques and the procedure to carry out their illegal activities and achieve their goals. What are the different mode of operandis? Phishing and social engineering, and malwares and the ransomware. Installing some malwares and the ransomware, they can do attack. Exploiting software vulnerability, distributed denial of service, password attack, social media scams and email account compromises. These are different mode of operandis. Apart from that, data breaching, changing the data, cryptojacking. What you meant by cryptojacking? Criminal compromises the computers or the device security to mine the cryptocurrency without the owner's knowledge. Mine means to mine, to dig the cryptocurrency, where he is investing, how much he is investing, so how much is getting the returns, everything will be digged. That is called as cryptojacking. SMS card cloning. Attackers clones the victim SMS card to gain the unauthorized access to their mobile phone and associated content or associated accounts. E-commerce and online payment frauds. Insider threat, we have already discussed insider threat. Cyber exploitations, we have already discussed that. Dark web activities. This dark web, I hope all of you heard about the dark web. Dark web activities for illegal activities include the sale of stolen data, tools and then the services. What activities will happen on the dark web? Illegal activities all will be happening on the dark web. Farming. What do you mean by farming? A criminal redirects the internet traffic to fraudulent website. Means some false website is redirecting the internet traffic to steal the login credential or the financial information. They create the fake websites of the particular website or the particular organization website. Instead of that, they create the fake website. When you enter into the fake website, they'll ask for the user ID and password. Obviously, you don't know that is a fake website. You enter your login ID and your password, you enter all your credentials. At that time, they'll steal your credential or the login data. For financial information also they can steal out of it. So next what we have is reporting of cybercrime. How we can report these type of crime, how the cybercrime can be reported. Contact the local law enforcement. First and foremost things what we have to do, when we feel some criminal activity has been done, we are the victims, that time we should go to contact local law and enforcement then preserve evidences. What all the evidences we have, we should preserve those evidences that will say yes, this is a criminal or illegal activity happened to us. Then contact your internet service provider. You should contact internet service provider saying that so and so a thing happened to me over the internet. Reporting to the National Cybercrime Agency. Meanwhile, you should go to the police and you should go to the cybercrime agency also. Use online reporting platform. There are different platform provided by the government to report the online crime. Use any of the platform to report the online crime if you are not able to go to the nearest reporting centers. And document and verify what all happened so far. By step all the document has to be maintained, and be patient and preserve it. You should be patient unless it's not easy to track anything on the cyberspace. Cannot be done in the fraction of second as the crime happens. To detect that crime, we need to be very patient until unless these agencies will take a call. Then remedies and mitigations measures. Incident report plan. What we should have to do, we should have some plan before getting attack. If this attack happens, what should be my remedial plan? You should have a incident report plan. Then isolate infected systems. If one system has been hacked in complete area, that system has to be isolated with a different network connection, different systems in the network connection, so that there are only one system data will be hacked, not the all the network data. Data recovery and backup. Always you should have a recovery and backup plan. If one system is got corrupted or one system is got hacked, you can delete the data in that particular system and get the data from a backup. Then patch management. Always keep updating the patch management software or the security softwares. Firewalls and intrusion detection system. Always we have to use a firewalls and intrusion detection system in your organization to the system. Antivirus and anti-malware solution. Don't use any of the devices without antivirus and anti-malware solutions. Security awareness training. Each and everyone should get the awareness training, how the security will be provided and how we can avail those security softwares. And multi-factor authentications. You should have multi-factor authentication, not only with the fingerprint. You should give fingerprint, your face recognition or your screen lock. Multi-level of authentication you should provide. If one is cracked, it's difficult to crack one more. Until unless he'll crack all the 3 levels of security, you'll get to know someone is trying to hack the things. And login and monitoring. Always keep on monitoring with the login credential, who is logging in and who is logging out at what time and what time he's logged in, what time he's logged out. Everything has to be kept. Log has to be maintained on monitor. Business continuous and disaster recovery. We should have business continuity and disaster recovery management softwares to overcome from any types of the disasters. Legal perspective of the cybercrime. So far we have discussed what all the different types of cybercrime, how we can avoid or how we can overcome from those type of cybercrime. Now we'll move on to the cyber law. The legal perspective of the cybercrime. Cybercrime often occurs national borders, where it often occurs national borders, making it essential for both domestic and international legal framework. We should form both international and domestic frameworks to be in the place combined with the effectively. Then cybercrime laws and legislation. What are the different cybercrime laws and legislation we have? National cybercrime law. We have national cybercrime law. Most countries have enhanced specific laws to address the cybercrime. These laws define the cybercrimes, established legal penalties, and provide a legal framework for prosecuting offenders. Whatever offense have, we have some sort of penalty for this particular type of crime. This much is penalty. This is a, for this crime, this is a punishment what they're supposed to get. Like that, they'll create one framework. Who will create national cybercrime law will create some framework. International agreement. As the cybercrime happens with the national borders, we should have an international agreements also. The countries may enter into the international agreements and the convenient to address the cross-border cybercrime, because cyberspace is limitless. We cannot put the border. So it is very necessary to have the international agreement on the cyber space and the activities that happens on the cyberspace. Judiciary and extraterritorial activities. Cybercrimes often challenges the traditional concepts of jurisdiction. Means what regularly go on the physical basis, on what we can see, it is different from that. Cybercrime is different from that. So they have to develop some separate judiciary, extraterritorial laws for that. And as a pretender can be located in one country while the victim and affected system is in another. Why it is? Because we can do it remotely, sitting anywhere. They can commit the crime in any of the countries or any of the states. So they should have a separate law for this. Legal definition of the cybercrime. Cybercrime law defines the various forms of cybercrime, as we have discussed different types of cybercrimes, including hacking, identity theft, online fraud, data breach, cyberbullying, and many more. These definitions are essential for changing and processing the offenders. So why we are defining different type of cybercrime? For charging and prosecuting the offenders, they are supposed to categorize the cyber crime. Next, what we have is legal perspective, penalty and sentencing. For this particular crime, this much of penalty, what should be the sentencing and what should be the punishment for the crime will be segregated, depends on category of the cyber crime that happens. The digital evidence and the forensic. Now the law is there, the digital evidences has to be considered as a physical evidences also. Like in the same value, they have digital evidences and physical evidences have the same value. Law is done as a forensic. Then cyber security regulation and compliances. We have a particular cell to regulate the cyber security and to lodge the complaints. These are some of the legal perspectives that we have in the cyber crime. Now, what all the IP acts we have in the cybercrime? IT Act 2000 and its amendments. In 2000, the internet activities goes more versatile, and in a large scale the internet activity happens. At that time, this law has been came into the picture. Information technology, that is IT Act 2000. What exactly this law states? The act was in June 2000 with the primary objective of providing legal recognition to the electronic records and the digital signature, facilitating e-commerce and the regulating the cyber activities in India. Why they have developed this? For providing the legal recognition for the electronic records. That's what we have said. Both electronic evidences is same value of that of physical evidences because of this law. Electronic records and the digital signature, they can use a digital signature, facilitating a e-commerce and regulating the cyber activities. It will help in what? Regulating the cyber activities in India. It covers the various aspects. What all it covers in IT Act 2000 is a digital signature. The IT Act recognizing the digital signature as legally valid and provides the framework for these uses in the electronic transaction. Digital signature can be legally used in the all electronic transaction, that is in e-commerce site or banking sites. That is one of the aspects that is included in IT Act 2000. Apart from that, electronic record, we can use the electronic record. It gives the electronic record the same legal status as the physical record, making them admirable as the evidence in the court. We can provide the electronic record as evidence in the court. Cyber crimes. The act includes provision of address various cyber crimes including the hacking, cyber terrorism, identity theft and a data breach. All will be considered as a part of cyber crime. Cyber tribunals. The act established cyber appellants tribunals to handle the disputes and appeals related to the cyber crimes and the electronic transaction. What this has been created to handle the dispute that happens in the cyber space. And intermediary. It also provides the intermediary. This Act IT 2000 will provide intermediary. What is intermediary? It defines the roles and responsibility of the internet intermediary and offers them the certain legal perspectives. So using this intermediary, they are defining, they are giving one framework what roles and responsibility we have when we are using the internet frameworks. So this is a basic what we have in IT Act 2000. After 2000, they made some changes to that act depending on different types of threat or different types of reported what we have encountered later on. So these are some of the amendments that has been done on the IT Act. IT Amendment Act 2008. It is created in 2000 and changes is done in 2008. Addresses the various issues including the data protection, the offense of sending the offensive messages through the communication. There we didn't had this, right? Sending offensive words, using the offensive words is an offense. But amendment in 2000, it is given with the data protection and offensive messages is also a crime. And prevention for the appointment of control certifying authorities. Only the certified authorities can control. It appointed some control over the certified authorities. That is happened in 2008. Next amendment, next changes happened to that IT Act is at 2011. What they have included extra in this amendment? This amendment introduces several significant changes such as strict penalty over the cyber crimes. So they have a strict penalty over the cybercrime, expanded the definition of intermediary. They have extended the definition of intermediary and included the provision for protection of sensitive personal data also. Next amendment has been done in 2019. What they have included for the existing amendment is that introduce the provision for protection of children and sexual offences. Okay, that has been included in 2019. Then data localization and privacy bill. What we have next is data localization and privacy bill. In data localization and privacy, they have not amended in this particular Act 2000, but they have taken care of what considering the legislation related to the data localization and the privacy issue. They have considered data has to be localized and private data has to be kept it private. So that has been done with a privacy bill. They have passed one bill called as a data localization and privacy bill. They have included in that. So this is all the amendments that has been happened to the IT Act 2000s. So that's all about the cyber laws and cyber crimes. Thank you.